this video, we're going to take a raw Android SMS JSON backup and we're going to convert it. You're going to have a fully readable chat archive generated from a raw Android backup. So instead of digging through JSON, you can browse conversations with timestamped messages in separate threads per contact. This could be very useful for digital forensics, exporting personal message archives, and making very large data sets human readable. So we're going to get the installation of the tools needed for this video out the way. First thing that you're going to want to do is update the repositories on your Kali Linux system. We can do that by running the command sudo apt update. The Android Backup Extractor is a utility that can be used to extract as well as repack Android backups created with the ADB backup command. To interact with the Android Backup Extractor, you do need to have Java installed on your system. But for us, thankfully, this is already pre-installed on our Kali Linux system. So to download it, you're going to come over to the right-hand side underneath Releases, click on Latest, scroll down underneath Assets. You're looking for something that starts with ABE and ends in .jar. To save time, I have already downloaded this. Also, we're going to be making use of a very cool tool. This deserves its own video. This is FZF, a command line fuzzy finder. And it's basically an interactive filter program. It implements a fuzzy matching algorithm so you can quickly type in patterns with omitted characters and still get the results that you want. We're going to run the command sudo apt install FZF followed by a -y to accept any prompts. And the final tool is going to be JQ. If I run apt info on JQ, we'll get back a description. JQ is like sed for JSON data. You can use it to slice and filter and map and transform structured data with the same ease that sedawk, grep, and other friends will allow you to do with text. So JQ is definitely very important to the things that we are going to do in this video. To make sure that you have it installed, just run sudo apt install JQ. And I already have the latest version installed. As I already said, ABE, the Android Backup Extractor, it does depend on Java. It's already pre-installed on Kali Linux, but if you're on a different distribution, you can run Java with -- version, and if you get something back in the output, then you probably are okay. So you do see that we have the open JDK runtime environment installed on this system. So we're going to be performing a backup of a particular app. If we want to get a listing of all the apps that are installed on this device, we can do so by running adb shell pm list packages. That gives you all the packages installed on the system. If you're interested in only third-party, you can add a -3 onto that. I only have one third-party application installed on this phone. We're interested in one package in particular for this video. That's going to be the focus for the rest of this video. That package has telephony in the name, so I'm going to run grep with a -i. I'm grepping for telephony. It's going to be this package right here, com.android.providers.telephony. This is the Android system package that is responsible for storing SMS messages, MMS messages, and any related telephony database data. The command is going to be as follows: ADB backup followed by -no-compress followed by the name of the package. Here is the name of the package. So we're using the Android debug bridge to create a backup of a specific Android app's data. We're specifying -no-compress. Normally ADB compresses the backup. By specifying -no-compress, this will disable compression so that the backup is stored in its raw form or uncompressed. This makes the file size a little larger, but faster to process and easier to analyze or convert into a different form. Alright, so let's hit enter. This is telling us that ADB backup is deprecated. It may be removed in a future release. So now over on the device, this is the screen that you should be seeing. At this point, you need to create a password because this is going to utilize encryption. So I'm going to enter a password on the phone and then click backup my data. Very quick process. The backup is already finished. If we run the file command on backup.ab, we get back that this is in fact an Android backup. Version 5, it's not compressed, and it's using AES 256 encryption. We initiated the backup. We have our encrypted backup. Next step in this process is going to be to unpack that backup. This is where we're going to make use of ABE, the Android Backup Extractor. We already downloaded that. I've moved that over to my current directory. This is what that file looks like. It ends in .jar. If we run the file command on that, you actually get back that it's a zip archive. Don't unzip this. You don't need to do anything to this. It's exactly as it should be. It just seems like every day now there's some new hacking gadget. I mean, it's gotten out of hand. I have a better idea. You get one of these right here. It's a USB stick. It is a better investment than any of those other products. I would argue that it's also more powerful. Kali Linux is the most advanced operating system on the planet for penetration testing, hacking, forensics, reverse engineering. Instead of learning how to press a button and make something do something, why not learn what is happening under the hood? You have everything you need right here. And yes, I do sell these. You can head over to the Fresh Forensics store and you can buy one, and it's a great way of supporting what we're doing here on the channel. And after that, you start learning and you get hands-on. You have to have Java installed. Once again, you can verify that by running Java with -- version. So the syntax to use this command is as follows. You're going to run Java with -jar. Then you're going to specify the Android Backup Extractor file ending in .jar. And we're going to pull up the help menu with --help. So this is how you make use of ABE. You run ABE followed by unpack, specify your backup.ab file, and it's going to convert it to a .tar file. So you have to specify a name for that, and then you have to provide the encryption password. If you don't provide one, then it will just ask you for one. So we're going to run java -jar followed by the Android Backup Extractor followed by unpack. We're going to specify the name of that backup, which is backup.ab. And finally, we're going to convert this to backup.tar. Hit enter. You're asked for that password that you previously created. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. So we now have our backup.tar. Okay, so we unpacked the backup using ABE. Now we need to extract the tar. We have a tar archive. So we need to extract the tar, and then we need to decompress what results from that, because we're going to end up with some files that are using Zlib compression. So let's extract the tar archive using the tar command. We're going to run tar with -xvf followed by backup.tar, and this is the structure that I now end up with. So we have a directory called apps followed by the name of the app followed by a directory called d_f, and then finally, as you can see, we have five different files, and this is obviously due to the amount of information, so it splits them up when you get to a certain size. If I run ls on that path, here are all of our files. Since there's no file extension, we don't know what file type it is. You do need to know that, obviously. That's going to give you your next step in this process. So let's run the file command on one of those files. And we get back that it is zlib compressed data. So now the next step, since we're dealing with zlib compression, we need to decompress these zlib compressed files. Now to do that, there's a couple of different ways that you could go about this, but we're going to do this with Python because we already have Python installed on our Kali Linux system. I have created another bash script. This one is called decompress.sh, and it does make use of Python 3, and it imports something called zlib, and that is how it is able to accomplish this. So the main thing that you have to understand is that if you have a different structure than what I have here, then you're going to have to add that path to that decompress.sh script. So this is my file system structure right here. That's where I'm pulling that from. If yours is different, you're going to copy this path. Copy the path to your SMS backup files. Open up decompress.sh and change the backup directory for whatever directory that you have, if it's different from this one. It's going to output everything to a new directory that is given the name decompressed. And that's it. So let's make the script executable by running chmod +x on decompress.sh, and we're going to run /decompress.sh. So as you can see, it decompressed all of the files in that directory, and there were a total of 5 from 0 to 4. As a result of this, we have 5 JSON files. You can see that these files end in .json. So finally, after all of those steps, we now have been able to get to the last layer, the final set of files. We have a format now to work with. We know what format these files are in. They're in JSON format. So we now are down here at the very bottom, the last step in this hierarchical process. Everything has led up to this point. I've created a custom bash script available on the repository. It's called smsViewer.sh. This is a terminal chat viewer for SMS JSON backups. So I'm going to demo it for you guys, and so that I don't have to blur everything out on the screen, because that's so incredibly annoying, I've actually created a fake JSON file. This mimics what a real file might look like, except instead of real phone numbers and real text messages, it's all fake. So I'm going to run smsViewer.sh, and you need to supply it with a JSON file. Typically that file would be called sms_backup.json, but because this is a demo, this is called big_demo.json. So when you start it up, it extracts all the unique contacts and it gives them to you in a list. It allows you to select a contact. And because it is leveraging FZF, we are presented with this very, very nice interface, allowing you even to use a mouse. Normally you can't do that with terminal applications, but because of FZF you can. So you can actually just click on whatever contact you want to select. So we're going to take a look at this contact. Once you've selected the contact, you can hit enter, and it displays the conversations with this particular contact, and it does it chronologically. Android stores timestamps in milliseconds, so the script makes that conversion and it outputs it in this very human readable format. The messages are divided between those sent by you and the messages received by the recipient, or them. So sent is you, received is them. You can also see that I've color coded these. It makes it very easy for you to distinguish one from the other. So the script correctly interprets the message direction, and then it displays the body of the message. And everything is scrollable. It's leveraging a pager. So you can scroll through this up and down all the way from the very first message to the very last message. When you are done viewing the chat in the terminal, you're going to hit Q to quit. So I have built-in functionality to be able to export the conversation. I'm going to do Y for yes, and then I'm going to name the file. I'm going to call it chat.txt, and everything gets exported to a .txt file. And now if I cat out the contents of that file, there it is. And it even keeps the colorization rules. I think that the potential use cases for this workflow and this script are pretty vast, but I want to hear what you guys think about this. Let me know what you think of this script. Let me know what you think of this entire workflow. And once again, there is a GitHub repository that I created to go along with this video. I put a lot of time into this stuff, between creating an entire repository, creating multiple bash scripts, testing everything out, creating the video, editing the video. This stuff is very, very time consuming. So what I really need from you guys is for you to show your support. Watch the video to the end, hit that like button, drop a positive comment. It takes a lot of time and effort to do stuff like this. I really need for the algorithm to recognize that as well, and you guys can help do that. As always, thank you for watching the video. Keep learning and stay fresh.
It's cold outside, no calls, no text. Day in, day out, it's fresh forensics. Pain in my chest, but I still persist. All I got left is fresh forensics. Ain't nobody checking, ain't nobody blessing. I turned all the rage into fresh forensics. Well, went quiet, I learned a lesson. Built from the dark, yeah, fresh forensics. Cold outside, no calls, no text. Day in, day out, it's fresh forensics. Pain in my chest, but I still persist. All I got left is fresh forensics. Ain't nobody checking, ain't nobody blessing. I turned all the rage into fresh forensics. Well, went quiet, I learned a lesson. Built from the dark, yeah, fresh forensics. I burn the old me down, rebuild from the wreckage. Change my whole lane, still alone in the trenches. Smiles turn fake, yeah, I felt the deception.